Hey guys, Saloon here. In this video I want to show you 10 customization or transmog options you might not know of and how to unlock them. Most of these have been added in recent years, so if you're a new or returning player I hope you will find this list useful. Before we start, I want to mention that there will be a lot of links in the description about almost everything I show you, so make sure to check those out to help you to get everything. I will have timestamps in the video for each entry on my list, so if you are only interested in certain ones, feel free to skip to those. Manari Eredar customization and weapon cosmetics. In Dragonflight, the Draenei race has received some new customization options. 3 skin colors that look like the Eredar from the Burning Legion with some sick eye colors included can be unlocked through a story questline. After finishing the quest, you can also unlock some new weapon cosmetics that are very easy to miss. To begin this quest, the only requirement is to be at least level 70. You can do the quest on any race or faction. For Alliance, head to Stormwind, and in front of the Stormwind Keep you will find an NPC called Virtos, who will give you the quest Prophecy Stirs. For Horde, you will find the quest in Valley of Honor in Orgrimmar from an NPC called Nightlord Dranarus in front of the barracks. Once you finish the questline, you'll get an achievement called Seeing Red, which means you unlock the customization options, but do not hearth away just yet. I completely missed this the first time, but if you head back towards the teleporter, you will spot another purple quest marker in the distance from an NPC called Gal. He will sell you weapon cosmetics and a Hearthstone toy for Argus crafting materials. You can only see this with the character you did the quest with, but thanks to the warband system, you can learn everything on that character. I will show a list of how many mats you will need if you want to buy all weapon cosmetics. To help you get these materials, there are 6 Eredar NPCs across Argus who will gift you an Argunite cluster after talking to them. However, I picked up all of these and they barely contributed towards the amount of materials you will need. I personally found it easiest to go to the auction house and just buy these materials. The only expensive item at this time I found was the Argulite Epic Gem. The rest were really cheap. One item on the list that isn't a material is Veiled Argunite. This currency drops from rares and treasures on Argus. If you still want to pick up the clusters, you will see a screenshot of the Wowhead comment appear on the screen about right now that lists the NPCs and their location with coordinates. I will of course also link this in the description. Blood Knight Dedication Set, Veil Touch Transor, Elusive Emerald Hawkstrider Mount. These can be unlocked through a questline again, and here are the requirements to receive all rewards. Be at least level 60, be exalted with Silvermoon City, be a Blood Elf Paladin. Meet all of those criterias and you will get everything. If you do this on a different class to Paladin, you will only get the mount and the Polearm transmog. If you do it on a class that cannot wield Polearm, so for example a mage, then you will only receive the mount. So make sure you do this on a Blood Elf Paladin if possible. If you are not exalted with Silvermoon yet, don't worry, I'll show you a somewhat fast way to achieve that. First, travel to Silvermoon City and go outside of the city gates to the right. You will see very soon a Flight Master, and next to her you will find the Silvermoon City Quartermaster. Buy the Tabard from her and equip it because we will be spamming some dungeons. I've seen 2 options suggested. Shadow Labyrinth or Botanica Normal in Outland. I tried both and I found Botanica better because it's shorter, and after you kill the last boss, you can just walk out of the dungeon exit and you'll be right outside at the entrance again, so you can reset the dungeon and go again. Shadow Labyrinth is bigger, but there is no exit, so you would have to walk all the way back again. You will have to go through Botanica about 10 or 11 times, or less if you are higher than friendly. Once you are exalted, go to Oribos and pick up the quest Summons from the Matriarch from Lady Liadrin. If you don't see a quest marker, don't worry, it's because this is marked as a low-level quest, so unless you have low-level quest tracking turned on in your minimap settings, it won't appear. However, Lady Liadrin won't even show up here at all unless you meet the requirements. After that, just follow the quest line and you will get all the amazing rewards at the end, as long as you're a Bloodhoof Paladin. Ancestral Bloodhoof Totem and Ancestor's Might. The requirement for this is that you need to be a Tauren or High Mountain Tauren, and your class needs to be able to wield a two-handed mace, so Paladin, Druid, Death Knight, Shaman or Warrior. You can also do this quest as a non-Tauren, but then you will only receive a toy, so if you want to receive the Totem cosmetics, make sure to meet the criterias. I've done this quest on my main before and I had no idea that it can reward special cosmetics for Tauren. The first quest is called A Debt Must Be Paid, and you can pick this up in Valdrakken from Mela High Mountain. Just complete the quest chain and the last quest will reward you with the Totem cloak and the weapon cosmetic and the toy. On my footage here you won't see the toy as a reward because I already did this quest before. Night Elf White Heritage Armor. Most races have heritage armor nowadays, and Night Elves receive theirs in Dragonflight. However, there is a special color variant for their heritage armor that became available later in the expansion, and that's the white-blue variant. The requirement for this is to be a Night Elf. You cannot do this without being one. The other one is to do the Emerald Dream campaign. An amazing person on Wowhead who goes by the name Chronokatan has put a list of quests together from where to start the campaign and which quests you exactly need to do. Unfortunately, towards the end, one big part of the quest is to kill Firak in a Mirdrasil, which might be a bit harder to do after Dragonflight ends. I would suggest keeping an eye out in the group finder. If you search in the legacy raids, there are usually groups looking for people to do the previous expansion's raids for transmog. If you are watching this late in the War Within or after, you can just queue up to the last wing of Alafar for a Mirdrasil and kill Firak yourself. Night Warrior Eyes. On the topic of Night Elves, did you know that they can have dark eyes? The only requirement for this quest is for you to be an Alliance character. Go to Buralus, and next to the mission table is Tyrande's owl, Dorithur, who gives you the quest on Whispered Winds. After that, just follow the quest line until you unlock the Night Warrior Eyes on your account. Dark Ranger's Attire, Red Eyes, Pale Skin. We are still not done with Night Elves, although the Dark Ranger customization option is also available for Blood and Void Elves. The questline also awards access to an ensemble for hunters called Dark Ranger's Attire for 1,000 gold in the Hunter class order hall from Outfitter Reynolds. The only requirement is level 50. However, I very highly recommend doing this quest as a hunter, otherwise you won't have access to the transmog set and you will have to do the questline again. You can find the first quest for this in Oribos as an alliance from Gan Greymane called Eyes of the Wolf, or a sword from Kalia Manithil called Occult Lordaeron. Do the quest chain and you will unlock the pale skin color, red eyes and the ensemble. Personal Tabard. The Personal Tabard allows you to basically make your own guild tabard but without being in a guild. It uses the exact same design as the guild tabard designer. Once you unlock the Personal Tabard on one character, you can buy and customize it on your alts. The questline for this is unfortunately long and tedious, as it requires you to do Dragonflight side quests if you haven't done them previously. This is because the quest will ask you to talk to other NPCs, but they won't have a dialogue option until you do the quests they give, which makes this whole process rather annoying. The only solace is that you have to do this only once and never again. The quest to start is called Identity Crisis, and it can be picked up from Chromie in Valdrakken. The last 3 items on this list will be barbershop related. Body type change. At the start of Shadowlands, Blizzard has finally gotten rid of the appearance change service, which just changed your body type. Today you can do that at the barbershop without paying for a service. It has no requirements or unlocks. Warlock Pet Skins. Dragonflight has added a big variety of skins for Warlock pets. You own some by default, but you will have to unlock a lot of these yourself. You can collect and unlock these skins by various different ways. Most of them will require you to defeat certain enemies. I won't describe how to get each and every single one, as that would make this video very long. However, I will link in the description a Wowhead guide that will show you how to unlock all of them. New Druid Skins. The last item on our list are the Druid Skins that were added in Dragonflight. In Season 3 patch, Guardians of the Dream has added a lot of new Druid Skins to collect for the barbershop for all forms, but the biggest and most important one is the Moonkin customization options, as this update has been long overdue and I must say they look majestic. Once again, to list all of the new skins would take too long, so I will link a guide in the description on how to collect all the new amazing druid appearances. And that concludes this list of customization options and some cosmetic appearances that you might have known about or missed. Give this video a like and feel free to leave a comment if you found this list helpful. Make sure to check out my last video where I talk about 5 easy to obtain transmog sets for each armor type. I thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.